Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about some added extra feature that comes bundled with Chrome. So let's get started and open up the Chrome application. Now what I'm going to do here is actually set this up as if it's for an all-motor setup. And then we'll follow through with the added extra feature. Okay, and it is coming up. And it's quite slow because I'm running this in a virtualized environment here, so bear with me. So let's open up a map. I'm going to go with the P30 JDM, and then I'm going to add in quick data logger and RPT. Also remove checksum. Gonna disable some sensors that I normally don't use. We'll go ahead and take that off there. And let's add in that feature. That feature is under plugins, enhancements, add extra features. Okay, and once you follow through, you'll notice that the extra feature actually comes up in this bottom section here under the options tab. First here is launch control, second is full throttle shift, then you have shift light, and lastly you have boost limit. Now boost limit is a great feature if, say, you want to limit the amount of boost that the engine will see before it sends a fuel cut. But because we have this set up for an all-motor setup, we can't really change this to add boost in, because boost column does not exist on this map, or at least not yet. So this is a handy feature if you want to limit the boost. But the three main features why most people usually ask for is the launch control, full throttle shift, and the shift light. Launch control, you can set the RPM to where you want your car to launch, and basically what that's doing is when you floor on your throttle or your gas pedal, regardless if you're at 100% TPS, the launch control will hold that RPM for you. So you can have your feet all the way down the gas pedal and it'll hold at this RPM for you. And this is good for consistent launches. Street setup and track setup are usually different, so you're going to have to play with the setting and then go from there. One quick note on the launch control, you can actually disable this while driving. Well, first off, let's talk about the launch control at idle state. The launch control is only enabled when it's at idle state. So when you're at a dead stop and you haven't moved for a couple of miles, or your speedometer doesn't indicate that you're moving, then the launch control is enabled. If you try to floor your car or give it some gas, you're going to get the cutoff at this RPM that you set here. But there are times when you need to stay in idle and you need to rev it up for testing or for whatever reason it may be. You have to turn the AC on or turn the fan on, then enable the AC compressor, and that will disable this feature here and let it rev all the way up to your rev limit. In this case, it's 8200 RPM. Okay. Next, we have full throttle shift. This is handy if you're doing some hardcore drag racing. You have your foot to the pedal and you don't want to let off of it. It's kind of like power shifting, but this keeps it somewhat safer. So basically what you're doing here is your rev limit is at 8200, full throttle shift is at 7800. You would have to hook up an additional switch to your clutch pedal and wire that into a B8 pin on your ECU, and then the other wire on the switch would be grounded. So basically the ECU is looking for a signal from your gas pedal, take it back, from your clutch, and it's also looking for full TPS on your gas pedal as well. But once you have this engaged, you can literally not let go of your gas pedal, and all you would be doing, is shifting from gear to gear and just utilizing the shifter and then also your clutch. Once you engage in the clutch, your RPM would would drop down to whatever you have set here. And basically that's how full throttle shift works. It's essentially not letting go of your gas pedal while you're ramming through first, second, third, all the way up to fifth gear or sixth gear, whatever it may be. But it utilizes the clutch to engage this. Lastly, what we have here is actually the shift light, and the shift light here is actually useful, but what I've noticed is that there is a delay. So if you want it to come on at 8,000 RPM, you probably set to something like 78, and by the time you see it, it'll be about 8100 RPM already. But basically, you're utilizing your check engine light as a shift light. So if you set this to 7800 RPM, your check engine light will come on at this RPM range, letting you know that it's time to shift. And that is basically it for the added extra feature. Hopefully you enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you like the tutorial, please subscribe. Thanks.